Time now to turn back to meteorologist Cedric Haynes in the Storm Alert Center. I think the word you were using, blustery, to describe conditions today
Exactly, Trish. And as you mentioned, it's very similar to that story. When you look outside, it's dark, gloomy, just kind of a Pacific Northwest type of day with those clouds. And at times, we even have some patchy drizzle. So it is kind of that time of the year where we start to get into these ups and downs on the weather cluster here for us, and that trend will continue. It's 55 degrees outside right now. We have lots of clouds. There are a few peaks of sunshine trying to sneak through from time to time, but overall, we've got a lot of these clouds, and we're going to be socked in with them as we go throughout the afternoon. Now, we still have that wind out of the north and northwest, anywhere sustained around 10 miles per hour, but at times gusting a little higher than that. So we'll notice at times there's a little bit of a wind chill showing up out there. So it's hard to believe, but we are, yes, getting closer and closer to that winter season. Thankfully, we're not quite there just yet. 49 degrees currently in Altamont, 48 in Blue Ridge, 49 in Murphy. We've got 51 in Athens, a pair of 54s from Dayton to Cleveland. Good afternoon in Lafayette. You're at 56, same number in Fort Payne. 55 in Scottsboro, 53 Calhoun, and here in Chattanooga and Dalton, sitting at 55 degrees as well. Again, as I mentioned, that wind sustained at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, but again, at times it will gust closer to 15 and 20 miles per hour, so that it will add an extra little nip to the air as you step outside. So you'll definitely want to keep the sweaters and the hoodies with you as you go throughout the rest of your Monday afternoon. So as we look at the radar, you can see we've got some moisture here kind of pivoting through the area. This looks a little more impressive than what it is. I've got the radar on that super sensitive mode to try to pick up all the drizzle and the sprinkles that we have out there, and that trend will continue across the area as we go throughout the afternoon thanks to an area of low pressure. So as we're going a little closer, notice a couple of sprinkles maybe showing up here north and west of Dunlap over towards Pikeville. Just not a lot of activity with this, and a little bit more moisture showing up here over the eastern half of Tennessee, trying to rotate and pivot on through into western North Carolina here. So this is kind of like a wet rag or a sponge. As this low pressure moves through, it kind of helps to squeeze out any available moisture, and so that's what we're seeing out there. And you see that upper level low pressure situated up here across Ohio, moving into western portions of New York, and you see those clouds kind of pinwheeling around almost like a spoke on a bicycle tire. And so as that happens, we are going to stay socked in on the cloud cover until that area of low pressure moves away. The good news is I do think that's in sight, just not for the rest of today. So again, as we go throughout this afternoon, mid-50s getting into the upper 50s, but it is going to be a cool and blustery day. Temperatures will be about 10 to 20 degrees below average for this time of the year, with highs only staying in the 50s. And again, it will be breezy at times with a couple of passing sprinkles. Now, the next big thing we're going to be focusing on beyond this is the chance of showers that will continue, but it may get a little better for us. Let's talk about that here with our next weather maker. This first upper level low here that's bringing us the unsettled weather and the much cooler weather is now beginning to drift away. And that means as we go into the middle of the week, high pressure, it's called a ridge of high pressure, will build in, and that will mean a warming trend with also more sunshine returning. But as that high pressure moves away, look at this, by the weekend, another one of those big upper level lows builds in, which means cooler weather and also unsettled weather returns again by the end of the week. But that could also mean some better rain chances. So we'll see this first upper low breaking apart. That'll take the clouds and the rain with it as we go into your Tuesday. And by Wednesday, high pressure takes over with lots of sunshine. But here comes that next front that we're going to be watching as it builds into the area by the end of the week, bringing us a better chance of scattered showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder, and potentially some good rainfall totals out there, anywhere from a quarter to a half an inch of rainfall possible on average, which would be some great news because we sure do need it. Your Storm Alert 7-day forecast to Teresa. Again, some patchy areas of drizzle, breezy, just a yucky day for us today. But it gets better. Oh, it gets better by the middle of the week. Our next front on Friday.
It does. Looking forward to the middle of the week. Thank you so much there, Cedric.